Good afternoon, Flosstube. My name is Mandy. Welcome to my channel all about cross stitch. My pronouns are she, her, and today is Friday, March 8th. And yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I last filmed, and I've got stitching to share, but the funny thing is, I was thinking about this last night, I actually do not have a full coverage page finish for the first time all year. My camera is not seeming to be very straight. Anyways, so I've got stuff to share, but yeah, it's kind of weird to, I've definitely, I'm close to a page finish, that is for sure. But it's just kind of funny that I actually don't have a page finish to share when I have every other video. So, more to come, of course. So the first thing I want to share is I got some Happy Mail today. Totally kind of slipped my mind that this was even coming at some point. And so when I got this package that was actually, well, there was characters in another language that I couldn't read, but once I opened up the card and realized that it came from South Korea. So I am, I think it was my last video that I shared the Ms. Pac-Man ATC that I finished. So artist trading card. It's just a little 2.5 by 3.5 inch card. I signed up for a ATC swap that was hosted by Heather. Link is my homeboy. She's got another account specifically for the swaps. It's Stitchy Swap and ATC. I think there's underscores between like each of the words. So the theme for this one was the year you were born. So stitching something that, from the year that you were born. So I figured out that Ms. Pac-Man was from the year that I was born, and so I received mine today. Like I said, it came from South Korea, and if you could see the handwriting, look how tiny that is. She's got beautiful handwriting, and her stitching is beautiful too. Let's see if that's gonna focus here. Look at those cute little geese. She says that there are few things that scream early 90s than middle American mom decor. Watercolor florals, ribbons, and geese galore. So beautiful, beautiful stitching. Look how tiny that is. I mean, like, I don't think that's even focusing. Those stitches are so freaking tiny. I don't even know what count material she uses. Like, I want to say that's over 1. I will not be stitching over 1 when you look at stitches that are that small. Beautiful finish. I love the little bow and beautiful paper behind it. So thank you to Hannah. I will have to find a way to put these little cards somehow, because I don't know what to do with them otherwise. But I'm enjoying doing the swaps. I know that Laura Stitching by the Shore has been working on one as well, so I contributed a couple. So what did she say? She received 115 or 118 cards in the mail, so it's gonna take a little while for those to get sorted out and distributed around. So I can't wait to see what I got. She posted a great video showing all of the cards that she received, so there's some beautiful work out there. So the next thing that I want to share is actually a fully finished object. You don't see these very often on my channel because normally I don't know what in the world I'm doing with my stitching. There are so many pieces that I stitch just to stitch them, just because. Not worried about trying to get to that finish to put them on display or, anything like that. It's just something that I want to stitch just because. Well, I shared this piece as a new start last video, so 2 weeks ago. I finished it, I think I finished it that weekend. So I finished it, I think, late Sunday evening. That Tuesday, I got an idea of how I wanted to fully finish it. And so I went ahead and did it. So we have a fully finished object. So this is Let Trans Children Live. The design is from Julia at Julicious, they're knitting, they've got a knitting cross-stitch business started, and so that is found under Knits. So I don't think I ever updated the description box last time, so I apologize for that. I will try to remember to do so again this time, and so I will try to remember to, so that I can give the description of this. Basically, you are to donate to a local trans community if you can. Organization is the word I was looking for. Or they have some other ideas listed on the Instagram page for suggestions if needed. So I had stitched this on a piece of 16 count fiber on a whim. I think it's fiber on a whim. And now suddenly cypress. I don't remember the color name now. I wrapped it around a piece of sticky board, used a slightly bigger sticky board, and I had some really pretty fabric that I had just bought as like a fat quarter or whatever they're called. And then I had the ribbon too. So perfectly blue and pink. So it is by no means perfect. You are not gonna see the back side of it. It's perfectly fine, but once it's on the wall, nobody's ever gonna see it, right? So it is a finish, and I'm proud of it. It's, you know, it's pretty darn straight for what I can say, and I like it. This is a very new to me finishing style, and so the fact that I actually got it as straight as I did is half the battle right there. I know I've got an older dimensions kit hanging up in my bedroom that it's crooked right from the get-go, and it's hanging on my wall and nobody's ever seeing it. But yeah, the fact that that is actually turned out as straight as it did, I'm proud of that little piece, and appreciate Julia sharing that. And I very quickly had to snag the patterns. It stitched up so quickly, and like I said, so it was like on a whim on that Tuesday evening that I decided, you know what, I think I know how I want to finish that. Let's go see if I can do it. And so I did it just in a couple hours or so. So my next whip that I want to share, I don't have a complete picture of what it's going to look like because it's a mystery sale, and so what you're gonna see is all that's actually released. I've been sharing this every video since the start of the year, so I haven't had a picture. This is the Gilmore Girls, no, it's called Gilmoreisms by Forbidden Fiber Co. And so we were given the frames, and then each week there has been a different drop, different kind of quote, or you know, something or other from the show, something meaningful. So since you saw it last, we had the very infamous I Will Always Love You. Lorelai sings it as karaoke, and then Luke walks in, and so it's an iconic scene from the show. So we have the I Will Always Love You. And then this one, I'm probably gonna have to read, because I highly doubt that, yeah, I highly doubt that anybody's actually gonna be able to read that just by nature of the font. So this is from an episode where Rory is told that she needed to be more involved with social stuff. She ended up getting involved in a group that was a bit of a secret society. So at one point they had to make a pledge and ring this little bell. So it's the pledge. I pledge myself to the Puffs. Loyal I will always be. A P to start, two F's at the end, and a U sitting in between. So, goofy. From the, you know, just the show. I just felt like that entire pledge was quite goofy, but the bell turned out really good, and so we're getting near a finish. So there's going to be 3 more blocks underneath, various sizes, and so yeah, 3 more weeks and we will have a completed Gilmore project. I love this design. The frames have been a little fun, I guess, if you will, but honestly, you know, by the time I've stitched a frame, I've come around to the, you know, last edge of it in the inner portion, I'm ready to be done with them and move on to the fun portion, you know, the inner, whatever was released that week. But they haven't been outright horrible, which is a good thing because I actually signed up a little bit of haul, if you will, but I don't actually have it right now. Forbidden Fiber Co. has released another sal like that is going to be released. The frames are coming at the end of April, with each drop running through, I think, September, based off of the movie Ever After with Drew Barrymore. I love that movie. I've had that movie since I had it on VHS back in the 90s. I remember having to upgrade it to a DVD, which is a good thing because I can't find it on, like, it's not on Netflix or whatever. I refuse to get 18 different streaming services just to watch what I want to watch, so at least I've got the DVD. So I'm very excited about that one. I can't wait to see what all is going to come for that. And I need to rewatch the movie and remind myself a little bit. I love the movie, but I can't necessarily quote it, and so it's been a while since I've watched, so it'll be good to see it again. But it's going to be the same setup as that, where there's a weekly frame, and then there's something that's going to be put inside of it. So moving on to my next piece. This will probably be a pretty quick video now that I don't have a whole lot to share. So this is my oh, that was not what I wanted to share. There we go. My Halloween Quaker from Leela's Studio. Adore this piece. I cannot wait to see it finished. If you'll see, and again, I've been sharing this every time too, but if you see the little red lines running through those, I've broken this piece up and make it a little more, you know, monthly portion to divide it up to see it as a finish. So at the rate that I'm going, it should be finished in July of this year. So here is where we are at. I was able to get the February portion done right at the very end of February. It is this portion right up here. I think I remember sharing last time that I ran out of a floss. And you'll be able to see a little bit once I pull it in, bring it in, but I'm not worried about it once it gets on the wall. So for this, like, you know, divided portion, I had to do the little yellow thing, the black. So I had all of this done. I ran out of floss for the flower in the middle of the flower. You can see exactly where, so to the left of that line. And so then I had to pick up a new floss. I'm using Called For Colors, Classic Colorworks, and I ran out of, that's Smoke, and I had run out of it mid-flower. I was going to place a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. I got a whim a couple, so it was almost 2 Saturdays ago, so like right after I filmed this, of stopping at a local, an LNS, basically, local needlework shop, and I was able to get a replacement skein. The skein that I picked up is definitely a little bit on the darker side. So like this light portion here was the older skein. You can tell it's a little lighter than this portion, is a little darker than like that is, but I'm not mad about it. Once you get it put on the wall, if anybody is seeing that distinct line of dark to light, they're standing too close. This is stitched on a piece of 16 count Picture This Plus in the color J-A-Y. So I am excited about getting this piece finished. This now makes 3 corners, so I just have a little bit left to fill in. This will be an exciting finish once I get it done. So like I said, I'm on track to finish it sometime, you know, like the July breakdown, but I still really keep the idea of, I may just go ham on it one of these days. And you'll see that when it happens. My next piece, you've seen this week after week. This is my focus on a finished piece. This is Mini Dark Goddess. Artwork is by Cavalaris, charted by HAED. Heaven and Earth. We do still have it on the Q-snap, and I am not removing it because I am getting very close to another page finish. Maybe not very close, because basically the page is going to run somewhere. I've not been keeping in, obviously you can tell I don't stay right at the page breaks, so I'm definitely going over. So the page break is somewhere around here and over here. What's going to be exciting, I almost was able to get the rest of this row of pages on the Q-snap, but it was going to be really close to the edge. So I will have 2 more pages, the last page being a really short page. So I'll just stitch those 2 together, and then 1 more regular row like I've been doing, and then the bottom row is going to be shorter pages. So I'll be doing the next row plus that bottom row together. So I'll be getting some double page finishes here. After I finish this page, everything else will be finished, you know, 2 pages at a time, basically, because I'll be stitching 2 at a time. So 16 count white Aida, 2 strands, full cross. That's how I do all of my full coverage, and I'm happy with it. So loving the colors. There's some pinks that are coming out in here that I have not used before, I don't think anyways. If I have, there's been some minimal stitching with them, but really not a whole lot of there's some colors coming in here that I haven't used much before, so that's been exciting. I keep looking every time I pull a color to see if I'm about to zero out that color, because I know I'm getting close-ish to a finish. I am currently sitting at 65.76%. I feel like I'm further along than to say that I still have like 35% to go. But since my last video, I have reached a milestone of being below 30,000 stitches remaining out of 83,000. So that was a very exciting milestone. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm closer to a finish than 65%, but I've also put in a lot this year as well. When I picked this piece up as a focus this year, I was at like 42%, I think. Somewhere in the 40s. So, you know, 25+% probably that I've put on since I picked it up to make it a focus piece this year. It's been a lot of stitching. Finally decided, I've had these grime guards for a while. I don't usually use them all that often, but I'm trying to wrangle some of this fabric around. It's like, why not just use them? I like having it all curled up like this, so I don't know why I don't. So that is my mini Dark Goddess. And the last piece that I have to share this and a little bit of haul, and that'll be about it. All right, what are we doing here? That's not what I wanted. This is my first time using my iPad today, apparently. My next piece, this was a favorite at the end of last year. It's been hard to put this one down too. This is Mini Which Way, artwork by Molly Harrison. I always stumble every single time. So, love this piece. Love this piece. Still on the Q-snap, but I haven't worked on it in a couple weeks. But that is over 1,000 stitches since, actually it might even be close to 1,300. I know I shared this 2 weeks ago, so I think I might have been started to work on this. So I'm somewhere between probably 1,000 to 1,300 stitches since I shared it last. Somewhere around there. So I am plugging away on page 5, and I am at 32.71% of this piece. I do have a couple other projects that I know I need to focus on first. You know, like once I get Dark Goddess done, that I'll move onto focus. I feel like I'm wanting to make this one my focus on my next finish, but I've got at least one other piece that I should probably pick before I start focusing on this. But this one would be easy to just go ham on, because that's what I was doing at the end of last year. I couldn't put this thing down. So that is really all of my stitching. I shouldn't say really all, because it is all of my stitching. That's all I've worked on. A couple of weeks ago, Heaven and Earth had announced that a number of artists were being retired, so we at least got a chance to make any purchases if we wanted to or anything, but so I was happy about it because there was an artist that I had in my wish list that I had at probably a couple of charts that, you know, made the decision of what was really more important or not, but this one definitely was in my wish list, and so I decided to go ahead and grab it. Artwork is by Selena Fenech, like that, and this one is Mini Jinxed. So I love the colors. You can see there's a black cat hiding right there. If you know me, you know I have a black cat. Stitches is sitting on her tower, so my black cat. I was trying to see if I could point to the diamond painting as a black cat, but I have a black cat. Her name is Stitches. So I have like anything. I have a love for anything black cat related. She's chilling out on her tower right now. I was trying to get her over before I started recording, so I don't know that I'll actually get a chance to see her this time. But so I love all those greens and like that blue purple background, so that one's gonna be fun. And then going through all of Selena's artwork just to see what all was out there, I came across this one for the first time that it was so cute. I had to snag it. Mini Bewitched is what this one is called. And it's just so pretty. Again, that pretty purple background. Do kind of wish that the cat was a black cat because, you know, black cats and me. But this one is so adorable. This cat is riding her own broom. Can you even? I love it. So, no specific plans as of right now to start either of those. Maybe I'll start something this summer for my birthday. I don't know. No set plans at this point. Right now I'm focusing on getting Mini Dark Goddess. That I really want to get that one finished before I decide to start another new one. So, a little bit of haul. This is, I do have the February Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month. I'm sure everyone's already had it. Color name, I don't know if that's going to focus. Basically, it's called We Can't Elope. Cantaloupe. Beautiful, beautiful, bright. No clue what's going to go on that. Beautiful, beautiful color, though. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get a March Fabric of the Month. I'm kind of not even worried about if that happens or not. I don't know if it's because of Brandy going to market, but I never got a March Fabric, the invoice. And so just before the end of the month, Brandy is switching all of her online, those clubs, the fabric and the Silk of the Month clubs, to being online versus just being billed through PayPal. And so I had registered mine on her website just a few days before the beginning of March. So, but yet when I placed the order, it said that it would begin for my April. So I don't know if I'm actually getting a March at this point. If I don't, that's fine. I've got plenty. But it was just kind of weird that I just never did receive that invoice. I'm good about always paying it, so I know it's not that I've missed one. Who knows? Anyways, I got a piece of Happy Mail. This artwork is so pretty. Look how cool that is. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I don't want to butcher. I had won a giveaway from Michelle D from Bendy Stitchy, and so she sent this card to go along with it. She said that the postcard came from her cruise, the Flosstube at Sea cruise, so she got it there. So thank you so much to Michelle for sharing that beautiful artwork. And I won Quirky Quaker Wit Tat. So thanks so much to Michelle for that. And then again, because I did go to the local needlework shop, so in town we've got a store called A Stitch in Time. I don't know the name of the designer, but Victorian something is in the name of them. They're, from what I've seen, there's a lot of Halloween, like spooky houses. I think there may be a couple of Christmas. I don't remember the company name of them though. They're out of print, except you can order them by calling this shop. I just don't remember the name of the brand. I want to say Victorian was in it somehow. I don't remember what it is. But yeah. So it's a store called A Stitch in Time. It's not my favorite L&S. They've got a ton of stuff to choose from. I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about a shop, but it's just not my favorite. Anyways, because I just decided on a whim on this one particular Saturday, hey, I bet they'd have the floss that I need for Halloween Quaker. So of course you can't go into an L&S and buy one $2.50 skein of floss. So I was looking through the patterns and I got a cottage garden piece that I do not remember seeing at all. But yet the copyright is just 2023. So it's called Cast a Spell. Me and my Halloween stitching, because why not? Look at that black rose. Witches, that giant black cat, because have I mentioned that I like black cats? I think that's the theme of the video. If only I could get said black cat to come over here. She's busy watching outside. So we got Cast a Spell from Cottage Garden. I don't think it's part of any kind of series or anything. Doesn't look like it. I just don't remember seeing it before. And then Autumn Lane got me with Let It Grow. That was really cool. The colors. So, no copyright on this particular page, so it's probably inside. But that one's only 69 by 69. So that should stitch up pretty quickly. Famous last words. So, I like that. Love the colors. So, that is my haul. That is my stitching. That's about all that I have to share this week. Stitches. She's giving me that look. She looks like she's about ready to go back to sleep. So, yeah, I've really just been trying to stitch. I went to a pinball tournament last Saturday. I actually played in 2 different ones. Not so great in either one of them. But I didn't finish last. That is my goal, is to not finish dead last. I did not. I was very close to finishing last in one of them, but I actually pulled out a couple of wins, so that boosted me up a little bit so that I didn't actually finish in last place. Going to a friend's house tomorrow. They're hosting a pinball tournament tomorrow, so I'll go into that. Another one's going on next weekend, I think. I don't know. Seems like something's going on all weekends lately. So that's about it. Stitching, working, pinball. Trying to do a little bit of reading. I've been in such a slump. When I worked in an office setting, like where I actually had to go to an office, I would get so much of my reading done there. I would sit on my lunch break, sit on my actual breaks, and just read. And since working from home, I find that I want to stitch, I want to sleep. Sometimes I'll run errands, but not too often. But yeah, I'm usually finding anything else but reading. So I don't want to say that it's a chore. It's just, I don't know, things aren't holding my interest like I guess they once was. I don't know. But I'm trying to get some reading in. That's about it. I think that's, you know, Midwestern goodbye here. I'm just going to sit here and keep yammering about absolutely nothing. So we're going to sign off. I know there's plenty of Flosstube out there to go watch. I'm seeing stitches standing up. Of course, now we've got to scratch our paws. You know, claws is what I'm saying. So I don't think she's coming over here, but yeah. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're getting in lots of stitching. Stitch on what brings you joy, and we'll see you again next time.